At half of the press. Well, my people, me here for drop the real news, news, reviews, everything in a one right this or right there, my people. So all I want to know to do is like up the video, share out the video, subscribe to my channel, my people. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Let's get right into it.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I'm back again with another video. Police have recovered a gun during investigations into Monday's Mollines Road murder, describing the find as significant progress. U.S. Special Envoy to the Caribbean and Latin America, Mauricio Claver Caron, said the United States intends to negotiate a mechanism with Caribbean governments regarding the hiring of Cuban doctors. The U.S. has threatened visa restrictions for nations who benefit from Cuban medical missions. They deem the program as a form of forced labor and trafficking on the part of the Cuban government. It has come to my attention that the Ministry of Education has withdrawn a previously issued retirement notice for St. James High School principal Joseph Williams. In an official letter addressed to Mr. Williams and dated March 4, 2025, the ministry confirmed that the retirement notice had been retracted with immediate effect. To my understanding, this development follows an initial letter from the ministry dated December 13, 2024, acknowledging that Mr. Williams was nearing the retirement age of 65. At that time, he had been approved for 240 days earned vacation leave set to run from September 1st, 2025 to April 30, 2026. His retirement was scheduled for May 1st, 2026. However, in the updated letter, the ministry revised the leave period, now extending it from April 1st, 2026 to April 30, 2027. As a result, Mr. Williams' new retirement date is May 1st, 2027. The ministry cited the government's ongoing efforts to amend the Pensions Public Service Act 2017 as the reason for the change. This adjustment means Mr. Williams will continue serving as principal of St. James High for an additional year. He has led the institution since 2006. So my wisdom warriors, me tell you, so the problem is not the principal. The problem is not the principal. The problem is the chairman, the JLP activist with on TikTok. When him Chopper John from the chopping block, then call him Chopper Media. If you go over there, we see. You understand me? Him are the one at the chairman. Him need to go. And the principal wish to continue teaching the children at the institution. You understand? All of this thing what them are doing and them are say online classes because of one man, because of one blogger boy. Like seriously, one Jamaica Labour Party activist. What the hell? That don't make no sense. Wanna move him and put him somewhere else. Simple as that. Simple as that. Wanna disrupt the pitney them. The pitney them need to learn. Remember say Favour Williams mash up the education system, Remember say the pitney they not learn anymore, You understand? Remember that good, So enough pitney gone backward. Remember that good Diana Dixon. So enough pitney gone backward underneath Favour Williams. Watch. You understand me? Remember good. I mean, I hear a lot of parents come out and talk about it. Parents enough to come out and talk about these things. Enough to come out and talk about it. Look at what happened at St. James. The principal and the chairman catch up. The principal and the chairman catch up. The pitney them, the students them, the teacher them, not like the chairman, them not want him there. But yet, Jamaica Labour Party still a send him back there. Dana, I don't know. Dana, you come like your worse and favor. You come like your worse and favor. Something not right, we don't know. Something really not right, we don't know. Anyway, my people, take in this.
So, hi, I'm Janice Allen, and I'm in the constituency, particularly and specifically, I'm in Portobello. And I just came across some youngsters who are actually doing the recording for me because they can't go on camera because they're underage, so we don't want to do that. But they stopped me a while ago when I was walking and they said, We want a play field. And I believe we need to answer that call. We need to champion that for the young people. They want somewhere to play. Because I'm going to ask my friend now to just pan down the road with the camera, and to show where they get to play in the middle of the street. Can't work. Cannot work. So my job is to answer the call and be a champion for the children and ensure that when I become the MP, they get a place to play. Fair?
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's a deal.
You see me, I tell you the truth. I typically labour and you know, I change the thing.
If you walk in the grove, you have to stick with it. If you're up in the grove, you know, general. I said,
yeah, man, feel it,
so, Papa, you tell me what I'm taking up, Papa.
Original pre-marshal, you rasta the talk to you.
Yeah.
Shoot them with Jamal.
Yeah.
Equal rights and justice. Run in. Pre-marshal, no partial.
And when you left out, you left out yourself, yeah? If you left out, you left out yourself. So stick to your grove, yeah? General.
Wanna see that, my people, the labor right, them fed up. They know say Andrew only are going with foolishness. Them fed up, man. Enough is enough. You understand me? You can't have a thief a lead, no brother. We cannot have a thief a go lead we. And remember, so them our turn Jamaica in a republic. I want to keep that in our mind, because I talk to few people on the ground and I get to understand say a lot of people don't believe that Jamaica gonna become republic. They don't believe so. They see a lie, nothing no go so. So on the need to watch Parliament every Wednesday. Marlene Malahou talk about it. Time come Jamaica. Time come to make the right choice. We can't stick with Andrew Holness. May I tell you now, Andrew Holness is not the person who really think he is, I know I'm a good boy, I know I'm a good boy. This boy only I think about wealth. He only I think about wealth. He's not thinking about the ordinary Jamaicans. Uno sister Andrew Holness a build be a big apartment. And they are not affordable homes. But yet, we will go work and pay NHT. A few money I build that. But yet we cannot afford one of those houses because one house alone has sell for 25 mil. Come on, Jamaica. And when you go for borrow loan, NHT not gonna lend you. NHT would never lend you because you're only earning 16,000. You can't afford to pay that back. You get me? So Jamaica, on a need to think. Mark Golding idea is better. Mark Golding idea is better. And member say Mark Golding is doing his press conference. So no know, so me have to drop the video over here. So I want to stay tuned to my channel, my people. I want to log into my channel because I'm going to show it over here. Alright? Anyway, hear this.
Constitutional reform is not owned by any party. Constitutional reform is owned by the people, for the people, and because of the people.
Principal Director of the National Integrity Action, NIA, Danielle Archer, was as clear as she was firm about the process to reform Jamaica's constitution. All Jamaicans should be a part of that decision. But to do that equitably, she insists persons must first understand the Constitution and politicians should give them that opportunity.
If we have an entire generation of students who don't understand civics, who have now become adults, how can you expect them to participate in governance if you don't give them this information? If you don't tell people about civics and you don't educate them, how you going to ask them to vote for something? How you going to have town hall and run a jingle and people don't understand what we're talking about when we say president-elect or appointed president?
She noted that constitutional reform extends way beyond whether Jamaica should become a republic and no longer report to the British monarchy. Ms. Archer wants the public to also be consulted in public governance issues like developing the national budget.
Do you see a booklet coming out in simple language that allows you to understand where the monies are being spent? And in this process, would you want them to consult you about whether or not they want to spend X amount on Spark program or more on a hospital?
And not for the first time, she has reiterated the call for codes of conduct and sanctions to make politicians more accountable to the public.
We want to see a recall in our constitution. What a recall does is that if a member of parliament does not perform, we can ask him to leave the office. It's all about performance. If teachers don't perform, we complain.
And on the issue of sanctions,
Isaac Buchanan is an extraordinary example. When he said what he said, how he said what he said, where he said what he said, he was sanctioned. But if a politician was to do it, it's a slip of the tongue. It was on the campaign trail, or better yet, it's in Parliament, where I'm immune.
Attorney at law Isaac Buchanan was suspended for 2 years by a disciplinary panel of the General Legal Counsel GLC and fined $500,000. This after his guilty plea in November 2023 to breaching the ethics rules of his profession over disparaging remarks he made against the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn.
My wisdom warriors, me I telling us, me like how Danielle Archer deal with it. Yeah, man. Me like how she deal with it. She know what is going on, you know. She know what is going on. Remember, so she is the principal. She's the director of NIA, my wisdom warriors, and she know what is going on, you know. Even though I see Andrew Holness come out and a prance up and down like he not touch money, Jamaica don't listen to Andrew Holness. Them out here a talk about Mark Golding explain how am I go spend the budget. But when una spend the money, una not transparent. Favour Williams, you and Andrew Holness is not transparent how una spend the money. When the PNP come out and ask, you know, for sure proof of how we spend the money, how we spend the 21 billion at Cornwall Regional Hospital. I'll know Christopher Tufton and Andrew Holness now look. Uno no come out. So when me hear Favour Williams a question Mark Golding about budget, how dare you? How dare you question Mark Golding? Mark Golding not even in a power. How dare you? It come like something wrong with you. Because uno not transparent, uno not explain to Jamaican people how uno fund the money. Uno don't do that. Uno not transparent. When we call upon Cornwall Regional Hospital, how the money go over there, uno not look. Uno don't look. And my wisdom warriors, me want to know something. It has come to my attention, which I didn't even know this. Uno know some always a talk about the Auditor General. Uno know some always a talk about her and a bigger up. Well, it has come to my attention that they threaten her. She has been threatened. And that me I get to find out. Me I get to find out, say, them threaten the Auditor General just because she exposed the truth. Huh? Seriously, Jamaica, we a joke. We can't allow nobody to threaten with Auditor General just because she speak the truth. This is not right. This is unacceptable. And there's no democracy in Jamaica. Because people speak the truth, because people expose the truth, uno feel like uno can't cow down people. This is not right. And this is not safe for Jamaicans. Anyway, my wisdom warriors, Mark Golding start his press conference already, so me I go give you a little piece. Hear this.
Which has been a feature of this government's management of the economy, moving to higher levels of growth that can create more wealth for our people, can create more fiscal space for social investments and for infrastructure investments and so on. In the closing of the budget debate, the Minister of Finance attempted some political gimmickry to portray the proposals that we've made as being somehow not lacking credibility or being irresponsible and so on. Nothing could be further from the truth. We have gone through our proposals with care and attention and diligence. We've used the available data from the sources that are publicly known, the budget books, and the fiscal policy paper and other instruments that have been tabled with the budget and other available information to analyze the costing of our proposals and how we would be able to pay for them. The ministers tried to make out that what we were proposing in our presentations was an implied budget. That is not what we were doing, and we never said that we were doing that. We were putting forward our policy commitments for the first term, and the term of office is up to 5 years while we are in government. Clearly, the phasing of our proposals will take into account the fiscal rules, the priorities that we have, and the situations that unfold and affect the economy going forward. I reiterate that we are very committed to fiscally prudent management of the economy. Indeed, the fiscal rules that have guided the debt reduction over the last over 10 years are a result of the work that we did when we were last in government and were legislated by us during that time. And those rules have guided the entire process of budgeting over the period since, and the surpluses that needed to be driven so that we could bring down the national debt to where it is now at a roughly 69% of GDP. But everyone, I think, accepts that having managed to grapple with the debt monster and tame it and bring it under control, we need to now pivot. We need to now move forward in a new way so that we can start to take the economy in a direction that can deliver for the Jamaican people and provide solutions to the deep problems that we face. And that is what our program is designed to do. So the question is, how is it to be funded? As you will see in the course of this press conference, we have come up with a series of ideas, some of which would be paid for out of the budget in each year going forward, some of which would be paid for by the agencies which have the responsibility for those particular items. And the totality of the budget cost of our proposals based on our estimates is $23 billion annually. And that would be assuming that everything was rolled out from day one. And that does not include the 11.4 billion, which the law has as ending, the extraction of 11.4 billion from NHT, which the law has ending at the end of this coming fiscal year. So the year ending March 2026 is by law currently the last year that these extraction of resources, annual extraction of resources from NHT is allowed and authorized. So we have assumed that that will not be extended, and in any event, we do not intend to extend it. The government hasn't said what their position on that is, but the society as a whole, I believe, is not in favor of any further extraction of resources from the NHT to fund the budget. So we will be putting an end to that. So how will we pay for the $23 billion of expenditure that our programs aggregate to, and stopping the annual extraction of 11.4 billion from the NHT? First of all, as I've said, we have to comply with the fiscal rules, and the phasing and timing of the implementation of our proposals will be subject to compliance with those things. But it's very important to understand, first of all, that in this year's budget, which is roughly $1.27 trillion, there is $360 billion of what is described as discretionary expenditure. That is expenditure that is decided on by the political directorate based on their priorities, and is separate from interest payments, which are always have to be provided for in the budget by the Constitution, and also salaries of public sector workers. So that $360 billion represents the issues that this government has over time decided are important for the nation. Now, nobody would expect an incoming government of the PNP, having been voted in on a mandate to deliver the change that we are bringing to the society, to just follow the priorities of the government that would have been voted out to give us, to put us into office. So clearly, that $360 billion will be reconfigured, and we will go through it very carefully, line by line, to decide what programs we will keep, what programs we will scale down, what programs we might discontinue altogether, what programs we might defer, so as to create room for the $23 billion that we want to roll out of that $360 billion. Secondly, it is important to note that, as this document here shows, which is the Government of Jamaica's fiscal policy paper, which is tabled nowadays with each budget, that was part of the transformational fiscal regime that we implemented when we were in office last, which requires this to be done. It has projections in it, and those projections show what The government is anticipating the revenues, expenditures, debt, inflation, all of the important parameters that affect the economy and affect the public financing, how those will be projected for the next 4 years going forward. In this document, they are projecting increasing revenues by about $240 billion over the next 4 years, just by virtue of nominal inflation, prices moving over time. Jamaica now our tax system is heavily weighted towards indirect taxation, which is a taxation on the value of goods and services, either imported or sold within the economy.
My wisdom warriors, wanna tell me what you think. Yeah, tell me how you feel about this and put an honest opinion in the comment section. However, done this, a whole heap more. So me go catch you in the next video. Blessings upon blessings. One love.